Rolling. Shalom, shalom up
Shalom.
here. Back out here another day. As we open up, we hear the birds are chiming in already. So, what are your bunch of stuff? So, we give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rabbah,
the elders and apostles who teaching us is 100% truth. And a shout to the sincere elect out there. So, today's video going to be entitled Most High is opening up. Yeah, man. And he's opening up. We're seeing it. We're going to get into it, Lord willing. Right? But Jake, you ain't got no one else to blame but yourself. Because you bit the hand that fed you, man.
Yeah.
And that's a song that I'll be singing sometimes by Johnny Osborne. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. And I ain't going to go and burst into the song at this moment in time, but yeah, that's really, we're going to get into it. It's going to break it down.
To start from Proverbs chapter 8.
Yeah, in the top of this one.
So this is Proverbs chapter 8, so not verse 33.
Yeah, but we're going to read down, and we're going to go in the spirit and read, you know, the ones that are kind of sticking at us at the moment. Yeah, from verse 1, and then we're going to read down, get down to the latter verses.
Cool. Just tell me when to get there. Right, so Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 1, it says, "Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice?"
Yes, because that's how we got, we got introduced to this truth. You just kept crying out at us. Maybe you didn't get it straight away, but when you kept going back and watching the videos, you just kept coming at us. The jabs were throwing, them jabs would just keep throwing at us, and then eventually we said, wait a minute, this is ringing some truth here now. It's making sense, but maybe you didn't get it straight away. Maybe some brothers got it straight away. But read that again from the top.
So Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 1, "Doth not wisdom cry and understanding put forth her voice?"
Yep, that's the voice of wisdom and understanding. Carry on.
"She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the path."
Yeah, because that's how we got the truth. We may have heard it at once upon a time at home, just kept hearing the videos. We started to get in tune with maybe some brothers with the Purple People, IUIC, and you kind of like what you heard, but then you wasn't really getting satisfied 100%. But they were pushing out the truth. What is the elder call them? Category A, I think it is.
What the
other camps are? There's a word for them. The teaching is on a lower level. Category A, something like that. But then you started to continue to listen. They was giving you some somewhat truth, but you realized you wasn't getting satisfied. You started to sort of like shuffle over to some of the other camps, and then eventually, cut a long story short, you may have found GMS, and you was getting all your needs met. So that was the wisdom that was crying. It kept on crying until eventually you got it. And then you're locked in, and ever since you've been locked in. Ever since then you've been locked in.
Yeah. Right, so
reading 2.
Yeah. Proverbs 8 and verse 2, "She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming at the doors."
Boy, see that wisdom is so persistent. That's the beautiful thing, man. Another word for that wisdom is Sophia. She's that persistent woman, which is when you get into it, Sophia is wisdom. That's a feminine trait, and she's very persistent, man. And she's very persistent with her elect. And you're gonna let it go in. The wisdom be crying. As it was just crying out in the streets, and then it started to get even more persistent. She cried at the gates and at the entry of the city, right? Coming not only at the gates, at the entry of the city, and at the coming in at the door. So you started to get more and more. It's not as if it was coming closer to you, you was getting closer to it.
Yeah.
You started to watch the videos more often, be inspired. And then eventually, like I say, you got to the real 100% truth, which is from GMS. Now the other camps are the deceiver and the deceiver is they have their purpose too. Right? They're a step lower, you might say, and we've got to a step up. When you get to GMS, it's like there's levels. Yeah, carry on.
Come on, this is Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 4. It says, "Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart."
Yeah, that's the sad thing about it, man. Not everybody will embrace that wisdom, right? But we call upon that wisdom, right? And there's good days and there's bad days. But right now, it's coming where the time where the Most High is opening up. We're seeing it. He's opening up right now. Lord willing, we're going to get into some of the articles to back up, because there's proof to it. So read. You read 5, yeah?
Come on. I've got a quick precept as well on that, because it says, for Proverbs 8 and verse 5 again, it says, "O ye simple, understand wisdom." So the simple really goes into stupidity. And as Isaiah chapter 1 talks about, the people of Israel, they're as soft as children. So Yaratazar, I'll get down quickly, on that point, because the fact really, again, Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. They're rejecting the instruction of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So let me get this quickly. So Isaiah chapter 1 and about verse 3. Yeah. So this is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider." You see, and that's really in their simplicity. Because remember, we've been given the laws and the statutes and the commandments to be above everyone else. So really, we've been put in a privileged position. But Jake, in their simplistic mind, in their mind of stupidity, they're not able to perceive that. So that's why it says in Proverbs 8 and verse 5, "O ye simple, understand wisdom," which means it's essential to have wisdom, which is through these scriptures. Now it says, "And ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart," which is an understanding mind. To get understanding, you gotta be able to reason with these scriptures so that you know the situation of it. That's why Jacob of the world, they operate in a lower level, because they have no understanding.
Yeah. And so they have no protection, no safety net, if you like, right? And read 4 again and then 5.
Yeah. So this is Proverbs 8 and verse 5. It says, verse 4, "Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men."
Because this is where you're going to be a real man. This is where you're going to learn to be a real man. You understand? Because you ain't going to learn it from this world, from none of these colleges, right? Universities, Yale over there in America, Oxford and Cambridge over here in Babylon. I was watching the news the other day. And you had what's that rapper, that new big tool rapper? Stormzy. I always forget their names. I'm not a follower of these guys, but Stormzy, he's donated some money to Oxford and Cambridge, because he wanted to. I'm doing something for my people. It's not all about, I want to show that I'm doing something for my people. So he's donated some funding, some to encourage some of the solicitors that they come out, which is they do their thing in Oxford and Cambridge. They do learn some good stuff. These are solicitors, male and female, and they was interviewed and they said they feel really good, and they feel that their Oxford and Cambridge accents, and these are Jakes, male and female. These are Jakes. So he says it's really good that he's took note and he's donated some money, and we're going to take it all the way, and then they interviewed Stormzy. He said, "I didn't really feel like I was doing anything for my people, so I wanted to do something." And I thought that was a good idea. Maybe his handlers, told him to, which might help his publicity, put his image, put him on the map, because he don't want to be known as just a rapper. Rappers now are having a bad name.
True.
So maybe he's what you might call reinventing himself.
Yeah, but even Salaka, even on that point as well, even Jake in the world, they realize that he's already sold out. Even just for a simple advert of him, eating McDonald's, Jake was like, "No, he's gone. He's gone." Because it's like, why are you gonna promote that poison to the community, as Stormzy would say, or rappers of the world would say, to the black community? No, that's just gonna corrupt Jake even more. And Jakes who are in the know, they're going to realize, yeah, this food is not good. Some Jakes have even got food poisoning from that food as well. So really, all in all, they know that even Jake in the world knows that, you know, Stormzy is out of the game. You know, he's sold out.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the point right there.
Yeah, so he's just trying to what you might call reinvent himself. He knows he's gone.
Cover up the tracks.
Yeah, he knows he's gone. So he's trying to, you know, cover up the tracks, as you say. But, a real understanding, a real basic wisdom is what you're going to get. You're going to get that from the scriptures.
Cool.
Not by anybody, you know, no worldly causes, no charity causes. Now I'm not knocking that what he did, but that ain't gonna save him. That ain't gonna save them either.
Cool.
Right, we're getting into it. So yeah, unto you, old men, I call, and my voice. So it's really, this is the world don't be teaching us. Oxford and Cambridge, Yale, none of that. Now you do learn some education. I'm not knocking the education.
Yeah, worldly knowledge.
Worldly knowledge, and because Apostle Paul was he was known for his education.
Cool.
A lawyer, lawyer, which means he was high up there in the world. But what did he say about it? When he looked back in hindsight, he said this was all refuge.
He counts it as done.
Kind of done. As a matter of fact, let's get it now since we're talking about that.
So look, even on that point as well, not to compare Apostle Paul, which is really a very great man in the spirit, with someone of the world, but even Mike Tyson, he called all of his achievements, his belts, he saw it as all nothing, man. There was actually an interview on YouTube of Mike Tyson saying that. So even certain people of the world, they understand that it's all vanity as well at the end of the day. So look, what do you say?
That scripture, Apostle Paul said it was all counted all as done. Yeah, we're letting the scripture speak. Yeah. To the best of our ability, just let the scripture speak.
This is Philippians 3 and verse 8. It says here, bear with me. I'm going to start from verse 7. So Philippians 3 and 7, it says, "But what things were gain to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach Yahushua, ye doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, but I may win Hamashiach Yahushua." It says, "And be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, which is the law, but that which is through faith of Hamashiach Yahushua, the righteousness which is of the Most High by faith." So of course, really, Apostle Paul was talking about, really all of his achievements being counted as dung. All these, the reputation, the status of the world, all those achievements, he was counting that as dung, which again, vanity of the world, man. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna leave it, and really what matters is what you do that pleases Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hence why we pray in faith that we endure to the very end. And of course, he emphasized the power of faith, as it says in verse 9 again. It says, "And be found in him, in Yahushua HaMashiach, not having mine own righteousness," all that vain glory. It says, "which is of the law," which is obviously because Paul was very well taught in the law as well. It says, "but that which is through the faith of Hamashiach Yahushua, the righteousness which is of the Most High by faith." So of course, we're going to be saved by faith, which is a key component of today. Because even in this flesh right now, we can't really keep all the laws. That's why faith is essential. And again, that just reiterates the point in Philippians 3 and 9. Man. Faith in Yahushua and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is key.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the point, what did Apostle Paul say? Reiterate the point again. Yeah.
So Philippians 3 and 8, yea doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach Yahushua.
So Stormzy right, low level, right, man of the world, and then you got there's no comparison because you got a man of the truth. He was head and shoulders, and brother, I said it, above all the rest of them as far as knowledge, being very zealous as far as the ministry, and he said that, and that's our role model. None of these rappers, man, they're here today, just we speaking about. They come here today, they're gone tomorrow. Doesn't matter if they try to reinvent themselves or put any kind of money in the community. Right? We're not knocking them, we're not knocking them trier. They're trying, we're not knocking them trying. You can try. But even as well to back that up, there was a guy, Theodore Roosevelt. Right? I've got this little quote here. Theodore Roosevelt quote says, and though knowledge of the Bible, a thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education, right? So this is what this is what keeps us going.
This is the goal, right?
Some of us are educated as far as in the knowledge, as far as in the school education. Myself, I left school, beforehand. I didn't get nothing out of school. I didn't find it beneficial for me personally. I was a bit more what you might call hands-on.
But the men of old, they were seen as common men.
Right.
So really the Most High chose them for a reason as well. So the Most High don't look at the outward appearance on your achievements of the world. It's the inward man that he looks at.
Yeah, because that was also that's in Acts. You don't got to get it. Acts chapters 4 and 13. How not to be looking at them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go through it. Let's get that. Right. Let the scripture speak. A thorough knowledge. I'm going to say it again. A thorough knowledge of the Bible. Right? A thorough knowledge of the Bible is better than a college education. Now, if you had the opportunity to get into the college, we're not knocking that, because just like Apostle Paul was educated, but what did he do? He used it as well. He used it in the ministry. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He speak multiple languages as well, Greek, Hebrew. To commune with the Israelites that are, that were in obviously during the Greek, for the Greek provinces. The Israelites scattered there. Of course, that spoke Greek. You could speak Greek onto them. And of course, these other tongues as well, like Latin.
Yeah. So, and this is another bite at the apple as well, for those that didn't have an opportunity to get to school. Them days it was a bit more, especially them days, the early 80s and all of that. They didn't know how to really deal with Jake. You know what I mean? So read that precept.
So this is Acts chapter 4 and verse 13. It says there, now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Hamashiach, with Yahushua.
Yeah, see that was the Most High's selection, or you might say his small circle, so-called uneducated men. That was the Most High. Yahushua, let me say it right. Yahushua, what you Christians call him Jesus, that was his small circle. He selected. You know what I mean? Unlettered men, or unlearned, or seemingly unlearned on the outward appearance, or ignorant, seemingly ignorant, but obviously they wasn't ignorant. And what they did gain, they would have gained. They became trailblazers, just like Apostle Paul was a trailblazer. They were also trailblazers. So I'm going to read that again, that quote again. Sometimes things be going over your head. It's all right. We're going. Repetition is the father of learning. Theodore Roosevelt's quote. He says, "A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education." Right. So this is where it's at right now. You know what I mean? Let's get back, finish off, and then we're gonna bring out that article. Because I do want to sing that song by Johnny Osborne. He says, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you." He says, "You put in your hat where your hands can't reach it, woy woy. Put in your hat where your hands can't reach it, woy woy. Kill the goose that laid the golden egg, then you wanna walk around and start to beg. Don't you bite the hand that feeds." That's the Benjamin.
That's through the spirit.
This wants to come out, man.
It's through the
you know
spirit.
what I mean? Yeah, and I don't plan to be singing. I'm trying not to sing.
No, we're just in the spirit, man.
This is the problem. This is the problem. Right? You get a foreign knowledge like this, and you don't take it. You're biting the hand that feeds you. That's why that's been going around in my head, making use of it. And right at this moment in time, before there's gonna be a famine of the word soon, we're being spoon fed. So we don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, as Johnny Osborne said. That was in the 80s, could have been the late 70s, when he was singing that song. Or don't put your hat where your hands can't reach it. Don't kill the goose that lays the golden egg. Oh, it's all words of wisdom at the end of the day. Don't kill the goose that lays the golden eggs, and then you want to walk around and start to beg. Don't reject this truth. Get it while you got it. Because what when we opened up with Proverbs?
Proverbs 8.
I know.
got a quick
I know. I like
precept,
to keep going over things, but bring out your precept. We're gonna go over it again one more time.
So this is Isaiah 34:16. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them." So as it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, man, because that's where you're going to get the understanding of these scriptures. Now, of course, you could just be a normal wacky-tacky Christian, as Apostle Gabar says, but the point is, if you ain't got the Holy Spirit to have that understanding of these scriptures, there ain't no point in reading. So really, it all goes back to the will of the Most High to make you understand. And those of us who have the understanding, this is what we ought to do to increase that understanding, so that we be better teachers, as we make these video epistles right now.
And we've got all them beautiful examples, like we mentioned Apostle Paul. And through the Spirit, he's here. It's been said who he is, and he's very modest about it. We ain't gonna get into that, but all our teachers are back here. So read Wisdom of Solomon 1, and then we're going to bring out that article. And Lord willing, we may come back.
So this is
Wisdom of Solomon chapters 8 from the top again.
Oh, Proverbs chapter 8.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs chapter 8 from the top. Proverbs 8, starting from verse 1 again. Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice?
Right, that's it. Right, wisdom is crying, man. He's saying, take me, you know what I mean? Enough said. Now let's get the article, and then if the Spirit wants us to come back to that. I don't believe we're going to get through the scriptures today on wisdom and...
One more precept on wisdom before I get the article.
Yeah.
So this is Wisdom of Solomon, Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Proverbs chapter 1 and 20. And literally, as the prophets who are on the highways and byways, they're uttering their voices in the street, man. That's how the wisdom is then spewed out to whomever, which really is the elect that will be able to receive it as they pass by us. So anyways, let's get into the article. Which one is it? Was it again? The Metro one?
This is the crime crackdown. I think it's called police operation like the Metropolitan Police Summer Crackdown. And you're going to see why we're getting into it. Well, there is a method to the madness, because you got Jake and he's wondering what's hitting right now.
Summer Crackdown. What did you read?
I read Crime and Policing Bill 2025, Metropolitan Police Summer Crime Crackdown. I was watching it, I got it from the news last night. So there's a crackdown right now on you Jakes, man. And we know you've heard about Donald Trump and what he's been saying. That he's been using a lot of code about the northern tribe, now the southern tribe now. But over here now, you might say it is worldwide. Right, the crackdown is worldwide, and they're saying they're stopping. They actually literally showed it on the news, stopping and searching Jake. Right? And there's certain places I recognise. Can you say something?
Yeah, just I said it last camp as well, but really there's videos out there where you got Jake that's being arrested now, man. Judah's getting riled up over there in Washington DC. There was this Jake that was arguing with the fact that he has to leave his car now, and all the little minor inconveniences that Esau has put upon him now, because of the fact that Trump has sent federal agents, or what's it called, I think the National Guard, to Washington DC, man, which really from the northern tribe, now they deal with the southern tribe. So of course Judah Benjamin Levi, they're not exempt from
and we've warned them, right? We're just kind of we're entered unto other man's labours. Our elders and our apostles have been warning them, right? In the time of High Priest Abai Rabba Biggins around 1690. Well, I'll say from around 1970s, right? Because the truth started to really permeate around 1690 when you get into it.
But not 1960s.
Up until the 1690s, 1669. Slovakia, 1969, 1970s, right? Which he started around 1690. Right, to really build momentum, and then Elder Rabbi Bibbins, Spirit was poured on him, right? Elder Priest, High Priest, Elder Rabbi Abba Bibbins. So that's the elders, our elders. Right, onwards now up to this very time. So they've been warned, right? They, the generations have been warned, man. So the scriptures don't tell us as well how we're supposed to feel. The scriptures tell us how we're supposed to feel. Ezekiel 4, is it 9 and 4? Let's concentrate on this one.
What, the article?
Let's go into the article and then bring out certain appropriate scriptures.
So this is from the Metropolitan Police. It says it's an update, 20th August. I think it's 20th August today. It's 21st of August, so that was yesterday. It says arrests up by a third during Met Police, which is Metropolitan Police, summer crime crackdown.
Yeah.
It says the Metropolitan Police Service has made more than.
And all they have to do is just look at this. Look at the state of Jake, man. I mean, you walk in with your sagging.
Yeah.
I don't know where that sagging is. I don't know what the flipping hell is going on with that, man. Sagging. Where did you do it?
Anyway, where it came from.
Go on.
Let me break it down up here. I actually heard this information from a Specklebird Jake during my work experience as well. He said really it's from the prison system.
Yeah.
When a Jake did that, he was basically allowing himself to get popped by another person, in the prison system. So really, Jake
should lock up all them saggers. No, I mean I don't want to sound harsh, but that is what you call indecent exposure. It's like indecent exposure, man.
Yeah. Jake don't understand the history behind that.
Yeah, but carry on, make the point, man.
Yeah, that's really it. It's just advertising yourself to get popped. Just to.
Supposing they said really this really what it is. Just saying let's look. Nah, they're going to search them and they're going to probably find drugs anyway. But they could just lock them up for looking like a damn dealer. Most of them, they're stopping them. They're getting drugs on them. They're finding drugs on them.
They got knives as well.
Right? And potentially they're saying they're looking for the drug dealers, but they're getting. It's like I remember in the 80s they were talking about 3 strikes and you're out. That was a law that was brought in by Bill Clinton in America. 3 strikes and you're out, and then you had really, people talk about Donald Trump today. That was it Bill Clinton and his wife? What was his wife's name again?
Gonna say
Hillary. Yeah, really, she was really for that. She was a real harsh, but it hasn't only just started, man. So that's what they're gonna start doing over here, I believe, right? But if you're just sagging, imagine that. If they said, right, no more sagging, we're gonna get them. You understand?
Yeah, it's alright.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, man. Go. That's where you go see niggas with 5 belts.
Lock them up. Don't come out your house or put them on. Put a tag on them.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Esau's gonna be putting the tag because that's what the MOTB is gonna do.
Bag them. With that sagging, it's a bad look, man. Yeah, but carry on.
Funny enough,
I'm trying to keep calm.
Funnily enough, if you spell sagging backwards, it says niggas.
See? I'm so glad that
most sides humans.
I'm so glad we got to the bottom of that. Because I sometimes you need to get to the bottom of things to help you to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, as you say, it goes back to them Edomites anyway. What they've done to, what they've been doing since every time we've been on the cotton fields. We ain't been right, man. Let's be honest. We ain't really been right. We're suffering from there's a word. Hold on. Trauma, and a lot of us. So-called Deuteronomy, not so-called, but Deuteronomy 28. So we've never recovered. So that no one can walk around sagging and be right in the mind. You can't be. You must not be right in the mind. But let's stay on track. Carry on.
So it says it arrests up by a third during the Metropolitan Police summer crime crackdown. And again, 20th August 2025, that's when this was released. The Metropolitan Police Service has made more than 1,300 arrests
Yep.
during a crackdown on crime and antisocial behaviour in 20 hotspots across London.
Is it? Well, when I was watching the news last night, I know what them hotspots are. Everywhere,
Go on.
anywhere where Jake them is live,
So,
that's where the hotspots are. But it's all right. That's what you get for biting the hand that feeds you. This truth was your opportunity to get right. The Most High extending His hand, and you slapped it away. You fanned your hand, man.
Come on, so skipping on to the key part, it says the Met, which is the Metropolitan Police, analysed crime data to identify the 20 town centres and high streets across London that have the biggest challenge with antisocial behaviour, theft and street crime. It says delivered in partnership with local authorities, each borough continues to see increased police and partner activity in hotspot areas including Stratford, Woolwich Town Centre, Finsbury
All right,
Park.
enough said. All right, enough said. We don't need to go, you know.
Into the
Yeah, but,
location.
so we know what it is. We
But
know
it's
what
in
it is.
London. It's in London.
Yeah, we know what it is. Anywhere where Jake is, but it's all right. That's a part of them coming in with that's part of Isaiah 59 coming in like a flood, which really they're kind of carrying on the Trump, the Nero vibration, the Nero vibration. Nero. I looked up a little bit of fact checking around 64 AD when he that fire, that well-known fire, which he burnt down Rome and blamed it on the Christians, you know, which were you know the true men of the law. They called them Christians. His reign was for around 14 years. Right, so he's in the middle, you know. He's at early days for over there, America, Trump, Nero. Still in the midst of his reign. Just beginning. Still in the midst, you know. He's getting on, but he's showing his perpetual hatred, what he's got for you people. And there's things coming out. What's happened to the northern and the southern tribes? They said a group of children, probably more than a group, but some children went missing, and where are they? Nobody can account for them. You know, the so-called they put them in these was it Alligator? Alcatraz.
Yeah.
So is it that movie Soil and Green? Putting them in, you know, someone said it. A particular elder said. I'm gonna say, you know, Elder Apostle Tahar. Is it a Soil and Green incident? Putting them in biscuits and all of that. It's not no joke, man. Right? But we've been warning them. You understand? So we can't feel no emotion, no pity for even the northern tribe, the southern tribe, neither one of them. So let's get back to it, and then we're gonna go to after that. We're gonna let's read through.
Yeah. So it says here, Deputy Assistant Commissioner Ben Russell.
We got that. We don't need to get into all of that.
Right.
Yeah, we got the point. Let's get back to Proverbs. See if we can get through most. We don't want to rush it, but we do want to bring out certain precepts because we're following everything through the scriptures.
Yeah.
So Proverbs chapters 8 and read 11 now to 13, and then after that, get to the point.
So this is Proverbs chapter 8 verse 11.
Yeah.
For wisdom is better than rubies,
Yeah.
and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to
Right.
it.
See, that's the difference between the elect. The elect got our priorities right. Our Lord willing, that's us. Right. That's why sometimes we may say Yehovah Shinor Shai, the name, Shalak send, Lahaya, right? Hakamaka. Lord, send me some wisdom. I'll say it again. Yehovah Shinor Shai, Shalak send, Lahaya Hakamaka. Lord, send me some wisdom. Why? Why is that? It's very precious, man. We need it. Alright? That's the difference between a grateful heart, grateful spirit, and an ungrateful spirit. And it's prized very highly there. Ruby. Wisdom is more precious than ruby. And even more so, we're going to see things, certain things we're just not even going to pay no mind.
Yeah.
When wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our time. Yeah?
Yeah.
Chamaka, wisdom. Yeah. So
Continuing on.
you can get it, but read 13 and get it, and then
All
come
right,
back to the point, Baba Kushar.
So Proverbs 8 and verse 11 again. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions.
Right. You don't have to get. I mean, it's so beautiful when you think about Solomon. He had all the witty inventions. He had them. He had the understanding. He had the priorities right. When the Most High appeared to him in a dream, and he asked for wisdom, so you have to direct the people, to lead the people in the right way, not in the wrong way, in the right way. And then the Most High blessed him with everything else. The story is so beautiful. So that's the elect having our priorities right. Yeah, carry on.
Verse 13, it says, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is to hate evil, pride, and arrogance, and the evil way, and the froward mouth.
Yeah, that's how
I hate.
Yeah, that's what the Most High is sending the sword after them, man. Sending the sword after them. Over here now with the summer crackdown. You just got to look at it, and you can't really feel nothing for these people because a lot of them has found the hand. They've seen the videos. Even the other guy I mentioned him earlier, Stormzy.
Yeah.
He's trying to, I don't know, he's trying to reinvent himself or I don't know what he's trying to do.
Cover up.
Soften the blow.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Soften the blow, man, that he's going to receive. It's inevitable that he has to fall.
It's not good, and we don't feel sorry for them. Wisdom, the deceiver and the deceived are his. Yeah, here's the point, though. Let's get to the point. And then any other precepts you got to bring them out.
This is Proverbs 8 and 14. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength.
See?
By me kings reign, and princes decree justice.
See, I'll mention a king. I mentioned one. I mentioned Solomon. But I could have mentioned the others as well. King David.
Yeah.
Marsha, which was King David in the story. Yeah, you know what I mean? The list goes on. Yeah.
It says here, by me princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me.
Yeah.
Those that seek me early shall find me.
Sophia. Yeah, that's our women. That's our woman right now. That's our prime woman. You got woman in any other kind of way, but Sophia is the main one. Is the main one. She's the one that's very persistent for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's the one that ain't going to turn on you. And brother's got all the testimonies, Brother's got testimonies under the sun about these unfaithful women. Carry on.
It says here in verse 17.
No.
18.
Duada, jump down to 33,
right.
And we're going to get to the point.
So Proverbs 8 and 33. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me,
Here you go.
findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord.
So the Most High's got a hedge round us, a protection round us. All this, what you see with these, ninjas, 2/3, they don't know what hit them. And we're going to see more. We're going to see, as the scripture says in Ezekiel 9, we're going to see a lot of death, man. Brothers have been saying it. And we're going to have that
cold spirit. Yeah.
Because we had our roller coaster. We took it when it looks kind of horrible, and we just kept holding on, and it was getting horrible. We just kept holding on. So we was having our rough, the storm. We went through the storm.
Calm.
In order for when the time comes, it's gonna be that calm for us. When they come in like a flood, it's gonna be that calm, man. Most are gonna put, because after a storm there must be a calm, but the most are gonna put a hedge around us.
Yeah, we go through our pain and suffering first before the 2/3 they get theirs. But when they get in theirs, we'll be protected from all the evils to come as well. As it says within Job, man. Job 5. But let me get this precept out. This is Isaiah 34. Actually, hold on, so look. Psalms 34 and 7. The angel of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. So that's the faith that we have in that day, that we're going to be fine and protected from any evil intention or whatever Esau comes up with. Esau's sword and all these pestilences that he's doing, the bioweapons or whatnot. We'll be protected from all of that, and that's what we believe, and that's what we know in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
We know that because we've got the historical events to back that up.
Yeah.
And even the recent ones, even with the Norman Big Run, the scientist that came forward, maybe hesitantly or maybe just out of fear, he came forward and confessed. He said he saw these angels. 7 foot would be a conservative amount, and it was strutting. We was talking about it last week, but it's to know that we have a military, spiritual military that's never been conquered, that's backing us. The strut that they was strutting is like as if he said he saw it. The body language as if they'd never been conquered.
An undefeated look.
Yeah. So that's why we've got historical events. Right, we've mentioned some of them. Right. As a matter of fact, we may mention another one as well. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into that one as well. You got something?
Yeah, that's a quick one there. This is 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 16. It says here, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And that's talking about the angels that surround us, man, in the chariots, and of course the physical angels that are always guiding us as well, and constantly around us. Remember Psalms 34:7, the angels of the Lord encamp around them that fear him, and we fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So of course we have a whole multitude of angels around us, day by day, man. And as we pray, they also carry up our prayers onto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So really, that's our faith right there. It says, fear not, in 2 Kings 6 and verse 16, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And we know that in faith, because the angels that be with us is far more than the demons and the evil people of this world, man. Despite it physically looking like they're gonna win, they're gonna lose.
That's why they always be messing with Jake. They always think that we're looking vulnerable to them.
Yeah.
But they had us in slavery, which the Most High did remove that hedge.
Yeah.
But for the prophecies to take place, the transatlantic slave trade, right? And for us to go be all around the world, that goes into why the Most High wanted us to be all around the world, in certain parts of Europe, certain parts of Africa. So that was for the prophecy to be fulfilled. And there in the country where they said, you are not my people, right? There itself we said, you are the sons of the living God. So the diaspora had to take place. Because now we're over here where they didn't want to acknowledge us as anybody, as anything. I remember in the 80s, the 70s, where you had to talk about being circus, but you had to keep your eyes open.
Bobbing and weaving.
Maybe don't be somewhere where you shouldn't be. Don't be too far into the so-called white man area. Because you hear some people there was in the news, certain Pakistani, we know about Emmett Till. There was a lot of Emmett Tills too that they didn't really want to push too much over here in this country. Emmett Till was over in America, when he formed his face.
1950s. Bro.
Yeah, they deformed his face. They said he was whistling at a woman, an Edomite woman, and he ran away. You don't always hear the story, but I did do something on it. One of my first videos on that. He ran away, and they caught him. I think they stabbed him, if I'm not mistaken. My memory serves, right? I think they put a bullet through his head, and then they dashed him in the lake. It wasn't just like they just shot him. No, they tortured the guy. And obviously the face and all of that tells that story, but there was more to it. There was more to it than that. And then they dashed him in the lake, left him. So there was some Emmett Tills in the 70s when I was a young kid. Now I look back in hindsight, in my naivety and my innocence, I was walking to certain places. What happened? Let's go back to it. The Most High the spirit, the angel was protecting me. How I was able to walk through some places and sometimes run through some places and run and escape some skinheads. Literally run and escape some skinheads. Maybe one guy got caught, he got slapped up. I got away. Most
that's the spirit,
let me get away. But
protection.
I know I've seen some Emmett Tills. This is not me just, it's real. I've seen some of them. I've heard about them, I've seen them on the news, I didn't know them. But some of them, I've heard some guys get broke up. They was in the wrong place. They was young. But they was in the wrong places at the wrong time. So let's make the point of, the angels. The angels that kept me in one piece. I say it like that. Did you have something in mind?
Well, I pretty much read it, Psalms 34 and 7, the angels of
And then
the
you
Lord.
read Kings, didn't it?
Second Kings, yeah. There are
Yeah.
more of us than
Yeah.
there are of them.
Yeah.
So we have an abundance of angels that surround us, man, daily, each and every single brother. The Most High was to open your eyes, which Elisha prayed for the young man for his eyes to be open, so that he's able to see all the multitudes of chariots and angels. So really, all in all,
Talking about Elam, Holy Elam just came round and walked over there. It's all right, carry on though. Don't forget your point. We're talking about Elam getting packy. It was called, they called it packy bashing.
Oh, I remember.
And white people, Edomites, dressed up as skinheads or mods, they was going around packy bashing. So even Elam, some of them are probably jakes as well anyway. They had to firm up.
True.
Now if you go into certain areas, Elam are firm now. Because they used to get beat up every day by the whites, by the national front.
Yeah.
So, what's that Tommy Robinson guy?
Yeah.
We want to take our place back. This is never your place anyway. Your country, take your country back. Because of what happened in the South Pole with the so-called refugee that.
Oh yeah.
Which he wasn't even. The more you get into it, the more you realise he was born up from. He came from over here. But that's just they just want to use any little excuse they want to use to make something. It's racist. To reverse it. That's what they're trying to do. Reverse it.
Yeah, they were only complaining.
And they're the real racists. Yeah.
They were only complaining about that guy. The teenage killer.
Yeah.
I say teenage.
They say he was
the young guy.
Yeah.
He's a young guy.
He was from this country, not a refugee.
Wales.
Asylum seeker. Yeah.
But the point is just because of the fact that he sent a few Shedemites to the spirit realm.
If he even did it, we're saying, let's just say he did, right?
Yeah.
But I don't even know about all of that. I mean, a lot of things are false flags anyway.
Yeah. Just to trigger.
Yeah, to trigger the racism card, innit? We know who the real racists are. Or could it be MK Ultra? You don't know these people, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools out there.
But yeah, what was you doing in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s? You was doing a lot of those Emmett Tills.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So if they did do it, what goes around comes around. Me no business. Me no business.
Yeah.
Real talk. So we talk about. Let's get into some of the history of the protection of the angels, right? And Lord willing.
You wanna get Daniel through?
Yeah, let's bring it on home. We've got a whole heap of precepts on the Most High be opening up. As time always be going quick. But it's your fault, you wicked of our own people, because you bite the hand that feeds you. So we don't feel sorry for you. But we've got the example here of which is a faith booster. Daniel chapters 3. We'll start with 16. Get to the point. There's a couple of verses in here. Lord willing, this a faith booster to all you newly ones that are appreciating what you have right now, because the time gonna come, like I say, wisdom and knowledge is gonna be the stability of our time, man. That's Isaiah 33 and 6.
Yeah.
You wanna read it?
Oh yeah.
Let's read it. Since we're talking about, we went into Proverbs chapters 8, the importance of wisdom. We read some of the precepts out of there. Wisdom is important, so this is a well-known precept. Why not we just bring this one out as well?
This is Isaiah 33, verse 6.
And by the way, wisdom is the application of knowledge. It's not just about cramming knowledge. Knowledge is beautiful, but in the heat of battle, just like a martial artist will be training to do all the moves and all of that, and move and block, boxing to combat. Same principle applies. Block there, duck there, maybe step back, maybe sometimes run. It's not cowardice to run. It could be wisdom in the right circumstances to run.
Joseph ran from Pharaoh's wife.
From a woman. Oh, he ran from a woman.
Go on.
But that was the circumstances when you get into it. That was that was wisdom. He applied wisdom by running for, because that was one of them situations, a sticky situation.
Yeah.
And I know some brothers may have to run too.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Past, present, and future. And you're applying wisdom.
That's it.
Don't let no one call you when you have a rank set.
What code?
Have a ranking. You have a trailer load that you say, "Me now run from it." But you weren't applying wisdom. Look what happened to you. He came over over here and he said, yeah, I'll chichi man, I'll chichi man for bono.
What does that mean?
Chichi man for bon, right? I'm using code. I have to be careful.
Okay.
But he came over, Shabba Ranks. He said, I'll chichi man for bon. Right? He said, I'll chichi man for bon. I'm just using code.
Yeah,
There was another thing he said. Yeah, I'll just say that. And they got him to apologise and wheel it back. You never stand for what you believe, man. And you talk about no run from the pum pum. There's times when you must run from the pum pum. I ain't trying to be vulgar, but there's times you need to run from the pum pum, from the woman. Right? Did not Elijah run from? He ran from. It's there. It's gonna come. Gonna come. Elijah ran from that wicked woman. It's gonna come, Lord willing, it's gonna come. It's in the back, it wants to come. It's something that I haven't said for a long time. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to go to it. Who did Elijah run from? Who did Elijah run from to hide? Yeah, well, there it is. Jezebel. It just came to me just before it come up.
Oh, okay.
Jezebel. But Jezebel was some kind of woman. Some kind of wicked woman.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Jezebel. Yeah. So if you find yourself in a situation, a sticky situation, you're not going to say all the details. Wisdom is wisdom to run. You ain't being brave if you stay in it, and then you end up getting hemmed up. Right? You got Yahusap Joseph too. He applied wisdom and he ran. Elijah applied wisdom, but the Most High was with them. That's the point. Just because he ran don't mean the Most High weren't with him. Most High helped him, guided him through. Right? We know the story well, and Yahusap had to go through some stuff. Joseph had to go through some stuff, and as a matter of fact, since I'm talking, there's a precept I must. Let's bring it out and let the scripture speak. I said Daniel, but let me get this one now. Before we get Daniel, some precepts they're just screaming at you to come out. I'm going to let it come out though. Yeah. So 1 Peter chapters 5, you can read this one, and 6. Yeah, 1 Peter chapter 5 and 6.
This is 1 Peter. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 6. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time.
Yeah. And so the Most High with Elijah, he didn't just stand his ground in a sticky situation. He acknowledged the Most High, directed him to back out of it, the situation with Jezebel, because she was one wicked woman. She had men killed. Right, she was, she was a wicked woman. She had authority. She had some real power at that time. You got women, Jezebels today, and some brothers have told me testimonies. I ain't gonna put their business out there. They've told me some testimonies, and but the fortunate thing is, a wicked woman is given to a portion of a wicked man. But he will but the righteous man will be saved from her. Yeah. Loosely paraphrasing. So we've been saved from Jezebel's situation, not just the woman, but dilemmas, similar situations that could have seemed like mountains, and the Most High made them into nothing, molehills. Yeah. You got something?
Yeah, the one you called for. This is 1 Peter 5 and verse 6. Humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to suffer wrongfully, or just humble yourself. In the Most High, and you've had that. We've had it ourselves. We've had it in our own way, and however it plays out in the future, we know in due time. With this Jacob's trouble thing, there is going to always be light at the end of the tunnel, as you said earlier. However, what it looks like from the outward appearance, Most High going to exalt us in due time. From rags, right now we're looked on as nobody. From rags to riches. You know what I mean? So let's get back. I just wanted to make that point because I was talking about sometimes you just got to take some back steps, or more than back steps. You know what I mean? Just get yourself out of the situation. And standing your ground sometimes ain't being brave. It's not applying wisdom.
Yeah.
But we have to make that determination. What wisdom the Most High gives us. Yeah, here's a situation where they did stand their ground. This is the balance here. Going back to Daniel chapter 3. This is the situation where they did stand their ground. To bring out the balance.
Right, so this is Daniel chapter 3.
Read from 16.
Right. Getting to the point. So Daniel chapter 3 and verse 16, it says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship thy gold image which thou hast set up.
Right, you hear that there? You hear that? You hear that? Standing your ground, but in the right way, in righteousness. Said, but I'll read that again. But if not be it known unto thee, O king, that he will not serve thee thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Right, there you go. The point was in 17. If not be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. He will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. Yeah, that was the point. Yeah, carry on though. Carry on 19 now.
Go on. So then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah, that's Hananias, Nazarias, and Mishael. Yeah, in the Hebrew. Yeah.
So it says, therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heat. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace.
Yeah, so he turned it up, turned up the heat, literally. Turn up the heat, yeah.
It says, then these men were bound in their coats and their hosen and their hats and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yep. See, that's how hot it was, but he didn't. He's like, you're holding me.
Yeah.
I'm bound up. And the fire just passed me, just burned them up. Man, you can't make this up.
That's the covering of the Most High.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about the Most High. When he be turning it up, man, it is a fearful thing to fall unto the hands of the living God. And he's opening up now.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it live time. He's sending the left-hand side onto the wicked in America, over there with Nero, and over here, he's turning it up for them. But we don't business, right? Because as we're going to carry on reading,
it says, in verse 23, it says, and these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He was pretty much, in modern day translation, he was asking, am I tripping?
Yeah. Well said.
Confused whether he's seen something right.
Yeah.
It says in verse 25, he answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High.
Yeah.
Which was Yahushua's spirit amongst them.
Yep. And he's seeing it. So Trump, men in authority, let me say it the right way, men in authority, they're going to be tripping, which is going to be the angels. That was, as you said, that was Yahushua. And angels have never been defeated, man.
Yeah.
So you can just fall back just at the presence of an angel. Just someone's aura.
Yeah.
Because even sometimes, Jake, Oh, let me just talk a little bit about that boxing fight that recently took place, right?
Yeah.
Moses Akumi,
Go
I'm
on,
saying
go
his
on.
right name right, but he's Nigerian, you know. He would be either Judah,
Yeah.
Judah Benjamin. He could even be a Levite, but you know, I believe he's a Northern tribe. Then again, it's hard to tell. But him and Dylan White went at it. Dylan White has never been knocked out in the first round before. And if you look at Moses, it's interesting he's got a name like
Oh, that's
Moses.
him.
That's him, yeah. People probably. For
No,
those that are
I'm just searching up.
yeah, yeah.
because
For those that never, we know not everybody's into boxing, but you got brothers that are into boxing and all other different types of sports as well. But if you just look at his demeanor,
Yeah.
Moses, the young man is 20 years old.
Correct.
Just his demeanor alone,
Yeah.
you can't figure him out. He's just got that coldness.
Yeah.
People have said it too. How does he seem so mature at 20?
Calm
And how does he?
confidence.
Pure confidence. No, you said it right.
Yeah.
That's that pure confidence. And even what is the ability, that's not even talking about the ability in the ring, but sometimes someone's aura can kind of get you off guard.
Yeah.
So the aura of the angel, you're not compare, you know, he's just a man who's doing, which the Most High set all the entertainers up,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? The boxers up, the basketball players up. And he could have I would say he sprinkled like on let's use some example. You got good Muhammad Ali, who else? You got Muhammad Ali, you got I'll say Tyson Fury, right? All with certain gifts of abilities.
Yeah.
Most Mike Tyson, don't forget Mike Tyson, which he sprinkled a little bit of that gift on them, you know,
Right,
a little bit of gift on them. Certain other boxers as well, which a lot, most of them are Jakes. There's no Edomites, the most I don't sprinkle no dust on them, you know, abilities. And what does the scripture say? Israel is not like them, they are the form of all things.
Go on.
So they have a sprinkle of angel dust. Let me use that word.
Yeah.
That just came to me. Sprinkle of angel dust. So
Salt.
he now, Moses, Atuma, a northern tribe, maybe a southern tribe. His dad's Nigerian, his mum's Czechoslovakian, something like that. But he gets all his gifts from his father. There's no doubt about that. He may not realise that yet, but he gets his gifts from being an Israel. If you ever come across a video, you're not no Muslim. I don't know if you're pushing that thing, but you're an Israelite.
Yeah.
And in order for you to get more, do further, really and truly, you can't really be in that. Let's be honest. But you got to give a shout out to Yehovah Hashem Yerusha.
There's actually a boxer that did that. I forgot his
Yeah.
name, but yeah.
See, I mean that's all I'm going to say on it.
Go on.
You know, let's put it back down to us. How we get where we are right now, we have to give glory to the Most High.
All credit goes to
All
him.
the credit goes to Him. Whatever deliverance we get, whatever we do in the future. Oh, even what the elder said, Elder Gabai, is a very good point. Even the spiritual power is to give glory to the Most High.
Go on.
Never forget that.
Yeah.
Anybody that's endowed with the spiritual power, which we know it's going to come, Isaiah 40, 59 and 90,
Yeah.
is to give glory to the Most High. That's where the credit going to come from. And we can't get it from no other way. So what are y'all about Messiah, Carla, y'all about Messiah. But these, like I say, a lot of these entertainers and sportsmen, they don't do it. So, I mean, so-
Yeah, that's why, it says in Psalms 110 that people shall be willing in the day of their power. So really, in the time where Yahweh Shemeshai will bestow and increase that spiritual power, because we already got the spiritual power already to comprehend these scriptures, but it's just going to be ramped up and increased in terms of the level of it, in terms of the physical visuals of it, rather. Because in that time when Jake going to see that, that's when the 1/3 are going to be coming in as well, man, to serve Yahweh Shemeshai and to give glory unto Yahweh Shemeshai. As Akim would say, the 11th hour Israelites. So that's the point right there. We're going to continue with Daniel 3.
Yeah, read on down to the end, because we're talking about giving glory to the Most High. This is a good example here.
So this is Daniel 3 and 26. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire, the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors being gathered together saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power.
See what happened? That went out there as an example, a message, a warning. Who is the true God? That's the power of the Most High delivering His people. And He used them in this dilemma, and they stood their ground because that was the prophecy to be fulfilled, that they would stand their ground in this one, to a message to the unfaithful of our own people and the enemy to our people. That message went out all around.
It says, so these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power,
There you go.
nor was an hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of the fire had passed on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the Most High of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have
He
changed
sent His angel. Yeah, we talking about the angels earlier. Yeah, they have an aura about them,
presence
the presence about them.
and heavy spirits.
Yeah, to stop fire. A cooling. What is it when you get a? What is them? The vents when you need a vent. A fan. Just put a fan around you like a
AC,
yeah,
air
like
conditioner,
air conditioner around you when in the midst of the fire.
yeah, cool mist.
Boy, yeah, we got some things we're gonna see, man. In that time, we're gonna see some stuff, man. Carry on.
So it says, who hath sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's words, and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any power
Yeah.
except their own power.
That was the purpose of it. See, that's the power that we worship.
Stand your ground.
Yeah. And that's a jealous power too.
God.
Yeah. And when you serve Him, He rewards you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't just say we want to be rewarded, but everything that you put yourself through, Most High said He's not unrighteous for your labor not to be in vain. So, that's the kind of servant, that's the kind of power that we're serving. He's not like these tyrants today, brothers who are in the corporate world, these tyrants just want to drain you and suck out your energy like sucker puffs.
Yeah.
Most High, energy vampires. And I know we've all, we've seen it.
Experience those.
You know what I mean? No, He wants to empower you.
God.
That's the difference right there.
Yeah.
The what they are about Shimsha. He wants to empower us.
To verse 29, therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the Most High, the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other power that can deliver after this sort.
Right. Here you go. Yeah. Last
Says,
one.
Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.
Yeah. Just want to say one more thing. And it kind of said it there, but I'm going to put it in a nutshell. The Most High wants to empower His people. Totally different to these people, these governments today. He wants to empower His people. And what happened? They were promoted, right, to superior position, even in that time, on this side. Not to mention the reward they're going to get in the kingdom.
Yeah. For standing their ground.
I've said enough, man. Whatever you got to say. If you've got any more precepts you want to bring out, closing precepts, by all means.
Let's see. I think. Yeah, so really, all in all, that was the application of wisdom from Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and this precept supports that. It says, Ecclesiasticus 11 and verse 1, wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men. Remember, as it said there, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were promoted by the king. So yeah, they would obviously be sitting amongst great men. Now before, they would have been seen as low degree because of the fact that they wouldn't worship or bow down their head to the idols of Babylon. So really, that's just a lesson for us to apply wisdom. As the brother Arya said here, he said, wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men. And really, we're applying this wisdom to really please Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to get to that point of salvation. That's really. Yeah, so yeah, you know, as always, we're just going to say Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakam Dash. The double honors to Rebels and Apostles. Yeah, this is all you found it edifying. Shalom.